Her breath hitched as the ladder slipped. Surrounded by the dizzying chaos of the harvest, Lily was falling directly into Kevin. He caught her in a smooth spin, grape juice flying around them like purple rain. They landed dangerously close, an unexpected electric connection crackling between them. Today, we're stepping into Il Vigneto Luminoso, the luminous vineyard. As we travel through this landscape, watch the highlighted terms closely. You'll have a brief window to identify the right definitions before the timer runs out. This is the domain of Lily, the master vintner. She isn't afraid of hard work or sweat. She talks to her vines, convinced that every branch has a story to tell. To Lily, this vineyard is her sanctuary, her living art, and the only home her soul needs. Based on how Lily treats her vineyard, how would you define a sanctuary? The correct answer is B. A sanctuary is a safe, peaceful place that provides protection and comfort. Defining the vineyard as a sanctuary establishes the high stakes. This isn't a factory, it is a protected space, making the arrival of an outsider a direct threat to Lily's world. That threat arrives at 8 a.m. A powerful SUV speeds down the dirt path, kicking up a dramatic cloud of golden dust. Out steps Kevin. He is a man of logic and stainless steel, hired to modernize a system he considers slow and messy. What is the physical action described by kicking up? As the animation shows, the fast movement of the tires made the dust rise into the air. Kevin looks at the hand-picking and traditional music with intense frustration. He points a silver pen toward the processing shed, insisting it is structurally compromised and must be blocked off for weeks to install a computerized sorter. In this engineering context, what does compromised mean? The update on screen shows option B is correct. It means the building is weakened, damaged, and unsafe. Lily is fuming. For the next week, the vineyard becomes a war zone. To fight back, she deliberately plays loud, traditional pop music to distract Kevin while he tries to calculate machine loads. The language of the harvest tracks the rising tension. We've moved from the physical destruction of kicking up dust to the compromised structures Kevin fears, and finally to Lily's deliberate attempts to protect her territory. The conflict hits a breaking point on a hot Thursday. Kevin is balancing on a stepladder when a nearby truck lets out a sudden, loud honk. He panics, loses his balance, and falls backward, crashing directly into a massive vat of crushed grapes. Lily runs over, expecting a corporate explosion, but the man sitting in the pulp is silent. His shoulders are trembling, and the cold, efficient mask of authority has vanished. She sees the truth. All his arrogance was just a shield against a wild, unpredictable environment he couldn't control. Lily reaches out her hand. Kevin looks at his ruined suit, then back at her, and finally lets out a genuine laugh, a deep, rich sound that echoes through the shed. How would you describe a genuine laugh? Real, honest, and true. This moment of vulnerability changes everything. By laughing at the mess, Kevin drops his defenses, allowing the two of them to finally see past their differences. The next morning, the energy is different. Kevin trades his suit for work jeans and helps Lily build better trellises for the vines. In return, she shows him how the grapes absorb the sun, giving the vintage its soul. During a picnic lunch, Kevin looks at Lily and admits he spent his whole life focusing on concrete and deadlines. He tells her she saved him from a very lonely, very gray life. What does Kevin mean by a gray life? He's using gray as a metaphor. He is describing a life that was strict and corporate, lacking passion and vibrant color. Our layout rotates now to show the master cheat sheet. From Lily's sanctuary to Kevin's gray life, these are the words we've mastered today. Take a screenshot now to keep these definitions in your notes. Recognizing that a gray life describes a lack of spirit is a major step in your learning. Mastering these subtle shifts in meaning is how you transition from simply reading words to truly feeling the story. Great work today.
Count your points and write your score in the comments below. Don't forget to review any new words you learned today.
Welcome back to Il Vigneto Luminoso. As we move into the final week of the harvest, we're going to use the pressure of the festival season to decode a new set of advanced English vocabulary. The team is working double shifts to prepare for the Festa della Vendemmia. The story describes this festival as the absolute culmination of a year of intense labor. Based on that description, what does culmination mean here? Is it A, the very beginning of a journey, B, a sudden failure, or C, the highest or climactic point of something reached after a long time? The correct answer is C. The festival is the grand finale, the point where all that year-long work finally pays off. Because we already know the characters have spent a year sweating over these vines, culmination serves as the label for the peak of that effort. During the celebration, Lily is high on a ladder hanging a ceremonial cluster of grapes. Suddenly, the vibration from the traditional drums shifts the floorboards, and the ladder slips. In that split second of falling, the story notes that her breath hitched in her throat. What does the verb hitched mean in this context? A, she caught her breath suddenly due to surprise or fear. B, she started coughing. Or C, she took a deep, relaxing breath. It's A. That's the sound of a breath hitching, a physical reaction to a sudden shock. In action sequences, verbs often describe these involuntary biological reactions, which gives us a direct link to the word's meaning through the character's experience. Kevin catches Lily before she hits the ground. He tells her he's resigned from his corporate job in Milan to stay at the vineyard. As he speaks, his expression is described as irrevocably changed. What does irrevocably mean here? Is it A, in a way that is easily reversed, B, in a way that cannot be changed or recovered, or C, with a lot of doubt? The answer is B. Looking at the word's structure, the prefix ir means not, and revocable refers to something that can be changed. Combined, they describe a permanent shift. This word mirrors Kevin's decision. Just as he can't take back his resignation, his new outlook on life is now a permanent part of who he is. To celebrate their future, they finish the new processing shed. It's a structure that combines Kevin's modern engineering with Lily's traditional, rustic style. The shed is described as offering the best of both worlds. Look at these two distinct styles on screen and consider how they might work together. Does this idiom mean A, enjoying the benefits of two different things at once, B, choosing between two bad options, or C, traveling between the city and the country? The correct answer is A. Idioms often rely on these types of combinations, where two separate environments or ideas merge to create a more effective result. Years later, the vineyard is a success. Lily and Kevin have established a peaceful evening routine on their porch, watching the sunset. They still have their individual quirks, but they've built a harmonious life. Is harmonious A, full of arguments, B, forming a balanced relationship, or C, completely silent? The answer is B. It describes how their personalities blend without conflict. By seeing these words within Lily and Kevin's journey, we can see how specific details, like a ladder slipping or a permanent career change, give these terms their weight. Here is your vocabulary summary from today's session. Take a moment to save this list. When you encounter these words again, remember the sun-drenched rose of Il Vigneto Luminoso. See you in the next lesson.
You can download the illustrated storybook using the link below. Keep practicing English every day. See you in the next lesson. Excellent work! You've reached the end of today's story lesson. Remember, and answered a question correctly during the story, give yourself 1 point.